With us now, David Silverman, president of the American Atheist Group, which is responsible for both billboards. So why the insults?
Well, they're not insults. They're truths.
Wait. We just heard Nancy Pelosi said that it's pay as you go. So let's try to get into the truth.
This isn't about pay as you go. This is about telling the truth. Now, if people get offended because we're saying what we believe,
no.
That's not us insulting.
Let's just be regular guys instead of I'm a Catholic, you're atheist. We're just regular guys now, okay? You say something's a scam.
Yep.
On a sign. And then you come in here where millions of people are watching you and say that's not an insult. What does the word scam mean to you?
Scam means it's deliberately misleading people.
And that's not an insult?
It's not an insult to the people. The people are just following.
It's not an insult to the people?
It's a statement to the people who are following the religion. And really, it's attacking the people who are in the pews. Wait a second. In the sky.
Invisible man in the sky.
You think that's a scam?
No, I don't.
You look at a
I'll tell you why.
Of a man that was built by a man?
I'll tell you why it's not a scam, in my opinion. All right? Tide goes in, tide goes out. Never a miscommunication. You can't explain that. You can explain why the tide goes in.
Tide goes in, tide goes out.
See, the water, the tide comes in and it goes out, Mr. Silverman.
Maybe
it always
it's
comes in
on top of Mount Olympus who's making the tides go in and out.
No, but you can't explain
that. A scam and a myth are the same. You can't explain and religion are the same thing. It doesn't matter if I can explain it.
It doesn't?
That doesn't mean an invisible magic man in the sky.
To attack and insult 80%. It's not going to help your cause.
We're not attacking and insulting the 80%. We're luring the atheists out of the pews.
You're luring them out.
We are. We're telling them that this is not a 1% or a 2%.
So they're going to see a sign and go, you know what? That's right.
Well, if it's not the case, I'm not here on the O'Reilly Factor now, am I?
No. It's a statement of belief.
It's an invisible man in the sky.
That's what you believe. It's not a fact.
This country is filled with billboards attacking atheists, and this country has several billboards.
All right. Show me, tell me where there's one attacking.
Just go all up and down the New Jersey Turnpike, and you'll see that we're going to hell, we're going to burn, hell is real.
I've never seen one like that. Can you tell me what exit it is? I'd like to go see it.
He was convicted during the Biden administration. Not one time did Hakeem Jeffrey call for any exposition of what the Biden Justice Department knew. Not once. So this guy's a top phony, okay? He's a political player. He doesn't care about the truth. He doesn't care about the people.
Hold on. Bill.
This is what
hold on.
he does.
Hold on. Bill, hold on. You said Epstein was convicted during the Biden administration. Epstein committed suicide during the Trump administration.
Yeah.
Epstein guy who's dead.
Was convicted in I believe, okay, under Merrick Garland's Justice Department. That could be. Am I wrong on that? I don't think so. And then he was incarcerated, and then he committed suicide. Okay. The suicide thing is bull. Whether you
Bill, I think this is important. Bill, I think this is important. He was arrested in 2019, and he committed suicide in 2019. He died August 10th of 2019. So the Biden administration was not involved in a conviction or a trial of him. They were of Ghislaine Maxwell.
Okay. And that's a good point of clarification. But he was arrested and indicted under Merrick Garland.
No, under Trump.
Who had all of the information.
Epstein was arrested, indicted, and committed suicide under Trump. In 2019, Trump was president. Merrick Garland was not the attorney general.
I'm not trying to say. Well, I just wanted you to be able to respond to what I wrote. Here's what my next question is. Are you familiar with the Ending Forced Arbitration, Sexual Assault, and Sexual Harassment Act of 2021? This is a law that was passed and signed by the president that empowers individuals who experience sexual harassment or assault in the workplace to opt for litigation instead of being bound to settle through private arbitration.
I don't care about any of that. What I care about is due process. And you apparently don't.
Well, hold on. No. You came here on this program, and I'm asking you questions, and you're answering them. This is due process.
No. Oh. You read a diatribe that you wrote. You wrote it knowing nothing about it. You know nothing about it, nothing. And yet you wrote this, and you present it to me. I knew you were going to do this, all right? And I'm not afraid to turn it, but I will tell you this. Due process is very important in this country.
I totally agree with that you're willing to sit here and have as much of the conversation as you can have. Thank you.
We have a lot of casualties on the battlefield.
That's not true. Let's talk about the statistic. Let's talk about the data. In 1978, the recent number of marijuana smokers in the 12th grade. It was 37% of the 12th graders said that they smoked marijuana recently. Today, that number is down to 22%.
Not the number I just gave.
Well, your number is wrong.
No,
your number is wrong.
Take it up with the National Institutes of Health, all right?
Look,
They're the one that put it out.
I am a council member on the National Institute of Health. Your number is wrong. I'm telling you, it's 22% of seniors who smoke marijuana in the past month.
I see it very differently, Bill. First, it was really educational. They had a lot of good real-world advice. They offered up countless consequences to practicing unsafe sex, to taking drugs. And I really don't think that if you went to the conference and you heard the stuff, there was that much objectionable material.
I don't know. I read all the transcripts and I thought it was inappropriate. I agree with Andrew. But what did you learn from it, Jesse? What would you... Give me the big thing you learned from that conference. Go.
Well, I think it was good to learn that adults can be very honest about these topics. They came out, they told us a lot of stuff about LSD, a lot of the negative stuff. Joel Becker said that a lot of his friends died from ecstasy or from LSD. If I can read a quote, he said, "I lost a lot of friends. I had one friend who jumped out a third-story window. He thought he could fly." That's just one example.
Okay,
they weren't glamorizing drug use at all.
The same man then said, if I had some ecstasy here, maybe I'd do it with you. Same guy. And ecstasy
he didn't say that at all. I actually have the quote right here. He never said anything about doing ecstasy with any of the students. He was responding to a question about governmental use of LSD and how the military created LSD.
No, he said, if I had some LSD, if I had some ecstasy, maybe I'd do it with you. I don't know who with you.
He didn't say with you. I have the exact quote right here.
Read it.
Okay, one sec. I have to get to the page. He said, even today there are psychiatrists who will do sessions under the influence of ecstasy. If I had some, maybe I'd do it with somebody, but I don't, you know. I haven't tried it, but there are people that do it.
There you go.
It was a joke, perhaps in poor taste, and he never said...
That's condoning it.
It was a joke in poor taste, and I think it's ironic that you would point out condoning drug use when in your own book, The O'Reilly Factor for Kids, you liken a high school student, a model student, quote-unquote, toking on Saturday nights to a brain surgeon enjoying a martini while not on call.
Okay. You took it totally out of context. Look, I know what you pinheads did.
I didn't. I can read the exact quote. I can read the whole paragraph if you want.
No. You don't have to read it.
It's on page 67.
I never encouraged
the issues.
All right, good.
Now, one of the issues is you, because you've been calling Bush a liar on weapons of mass destruction. The Senate Intelligence Committee, Lord Butler's investigation in Britain, and now the 9/11 Commission have all come out and said there was no lying on the part of President Bush. Plus, Vladimir Putin has said his intelligence told Bush there were weapons of mass destruction. You want to apologize to the president now or later?
He didn't tell the truth. He said there were weapons of mass destruction.
Yeah, but he didn't lie. He was misinformed. By all of those investigations come to the same conclusion. That's not a lie.
So in other words, if I told you right now that nothing was going on down here on the stage...
That would be a lie, because we could see that wasn't the truth.
I'd have to turn around to see it. And then I would realize, oh, Bill, I just told you something that wasn't true. Actually, it's President Bush that needs to apologize to the nation for telling an entire country that there were weapons of mass destruction, that they had evidence of this, and that there was some sort of connection between Saddam Hussein and September 11th. And he used that
as never said that, but separate investigations plus the president of Russia all saying British intelligence, U.S. intelligence, Russian intelligence told the president there were weapons of mass destruction. You say he lied. It's not a lie if you believe it to be true. Now, he may have made a mistake, which is obvious.
Well, that's almost pathological. I mean, many criminals believe what they say is true.
All right, so now
they could pass a lie detector test.
You're dancing around the question.
No, I'm not. There's no dancing around. He said something that wasn't true.
Based upon bad information given to him by legitimate sources.
Bill, you know that they went to the CIA. Cheney went to the CIA. They wanted that information. They wouldn't listen to anybody.
Did he go to Russian intelligence and Blair's intelligence too?
His own people told him. I mean, he went to Richard Clark the day after September 11th and said, "What do you got on Iraq?" And Richard Clark's going, "Oh, well, this wasn't Iraq that did this, sir. This was what happened after World War I."
Listen, I'm telling you.
Well, I'm trying to stop this war right now.
I know you are, but you're basically
saying... Are you against that? Stopping this war? Stopping this war?
No, we cannot leave Iraq right now.
So you would sacrifice your child to secure Fallujah? I want to hear you say that.
I would sacrifice myself.
No, your child.
Myself.
It's Bush sending the children there.
Myself.
Not you and I don't go to wars because we're too old.
Because if we back out of there, there'll be more deaths, and you know it.
Would you? I want to hear you say, I, Bill O'Reilly, would sacrifice my child to secure Fallujah.
I'm not going to say what you say. That's
you don't believe that. Why should Bush sacrifice the children of people across America for this?
It's a worldwide war on terrorism. I know that escapes.
Wait a minute. Terrorism?
Yeah.
Iraq?
Terrorism. Correct. There are terrorists in Iraq. Yeah.
Oh, real? Oh, so Iraq now is now responsible for the terrorism here.
State. Bill. That's what I want to do.
Bill.
Go.
Iraq was not a terrorist state.
Oh, no.
I hope I don't patronize you for saying
guy.
again.
He was just a great guy.
Saddam was a bastard, but he was our bastard.
He wasn't anybody.
Donald Rumsfeld shook his hand in the 80s.
Well, that's
you saw the pictures. Now, listen. You wouldn't send your children to this war, Bill.
My nephew just enlisted in the Army. You don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Very good. Congratulations.
Yeah, and he's a patriot, so don't denigrate his service or I'll boot you right off the set.
I'm not.
That boy made a decision to serve his country. Do not denigrate him or you're out of here.
I'm not Jeremy Glick, Billy.
That's right. A little bit more intelligence than
I'm not somebody you can come and just spew all
Don't tell me I wouldn't send my kids.
Loud doesn't mean right.
My nephew just enlisted. You don't know what you're talking about.
Your nephew is not your kid. You are
my blood.
You are part of a loud group of people who want to prove they're tough and send other people's kids to war to make the case.
You have no clue about how to fight a war on terror or how to defend your country. You are clueless, so is Ms. Sheehan. And for Ms. Sheehan to say that the insurgents have a right to kill Americans and you're shaking her hand, you ought to just walk away.
How many more young men and women are you going to send to have their arms and legs blown off
this is
so that you can be tough
terror.
And point at people in a kind of cowardly way? Take people like Jeremy Glick, who comes on in memory of his parents, and you go
Jeremy
off on
Glick,
him like a big bully.
Hey,
Billy, you have to
Mr. Donnie, with all due respect,
have you apologized to him for that?
Baloney. Jeremy Glick.
People, October 2002, they stood up to a president, and they knew that, first of all, only Congress can declare war. Why is that unimportant to you, Billy?
Listen,
why can't you become the patriot that your loud voice proclaims to be and stand behind the Constitution and insist that we never go to war again without the approval and
That's why we
consent of the
have
United States Congress?
If they want to take action, they can take action. Now, I'm going to say something. I'm going to give the last word. The Iraq War is not something that I embrace. It absolutely could be a tactical error. All right,
just hard to know this.
Listen to me, and then you're going to have the last word. Not something they embrace. Could be a tactical error, optional war, and we have not waged it the way I had hoped we would wage it.
But what?
But we are in a war on terror. We are in a war on terror. Our cause is
nothing to do with the war on terror.
Yes, it does. And if you don't understand geopolitics, if you don't understand Iraq would be a terrorist state if we pulled out of there, and you don't know anything.
It was poorly planned and poorly executed, but Bill O'Reilly wants to send more kids to fight and die. We've already had almost 2,000. Just let me have the last word. In the last year, two things have doubled. The number of dead American troops in Iraq have doubled from over 1,000 to almost 2,000. You know what else doubled, Billy? The price of Halliburton stock from $33 to $66. That doesn't shame you? That doesn't make you wonder whether this is an enterprise that is worth the support of the American people? We need you at this rally on Saturday, Billy. We need you out there in front of it to protest.
I'm not going to be